Yep.
Good to be out with the guys. Good first day. Had a really good winter. Of course, it's first 2 days. It's 15 practices, 3 are in helmets. The first 2 in helmets. So you do as much as you can, but you really won't know. We're going to go 5-day run here with 2 helmets. We'll practice Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday with some good hitting. We'll have a good gauge by then. I know we've had a good winter. But that translated into playing a little crisper as we start up work here. So we're in pretty good shape, reasonably healthy, and ready to have a good, decent go for a first day, I guess.
Coach, you on the release, you some position changes. Maybe the most notable, Covington back to defense. What was the kind of thinking behind that?
It's so really as much as anything, it's what he wanted. And I always, I think he could. I think he could be very good at quarterback, and we could definitely use him there. But we could use him on defense, and it's what he wanted. And to me, you kind of go with where your heart is. And I can, if to me, if it's good for you, it's good for the team. So it's nice to say I can do whatever the team wants, but if you don't want it or believe in it or think it's best for you, it's not going to be good. So he's going to be limited coming off his knee injury. He's doing some stuff, but he's limited enough that he won't really get into a lot of contact. But he wanted to go, so he's right now back at that field outside backer spot. And it's really not that we open up like what but he expressed his concerns. I agreed with it.
And the thought process of Mangieri from the banded outside linebacker to down back to DN.
Yeah, again, got some good depth here, and just thought in playing guys, and he's kind of a rush. He'll be a little bit, he's gotten bigger and stronger. He is a veteran. He does need to continue to gain some, but we just, we're going to play a little bit more of a 2-deep, 3-deep area, and just thought he would help the team more. And really, it's also Zach Shaw played at his backup last year and probably played better than Nick. Not putting Nick down. Zach played equally as well, and we think now Sykes, young player, could come in there to help us. So we just thought we had a little bit more depth, and it would trying to get our best 11 or really our best 22 defensive guys out there.
What's the situation with Marquis Hawkins and Corey Keel? What are they?
He's got some minor injuries going to hold him out. Nothing like they got blown knees. One guy fell and busted a wrist up, and they're just out of practice, and that's tough because one's a new guy and one's a freshman. That it'll hurt them because. They'll be good by summer. They'll probably be good by about the time it's the last day of practice, probably 1st of May, they'll be good to go. So they'll be back and have good summers. But when you miss a ton, they're dressed and they're doing some work. But yeah, and they catch like them. And but anyway, it just hurts. It'll hurt them. It's not. You want a guy like Corey Keel to really come into his own, get out there and get going. And now he's going to miss his first spring, so. It's not the ideal formula, but that's his equation. He's going to have to work it, and same with Marquis and transferring. So it's nothing major. He just got injured during our winter workouts.
What about Sudfeld in terms of where he's at?
I'd like him to be farther along just because being a taller person, it's always gaining strength and because with your leg strength and lower body strength, you move so much better and have balance and body control and your throwing and whatnot. So he's limited, even though he's limited sometimes certain apparatuses of what he can hold to lift. So it's more about he's healthy. He's going to need we're going to lift very, very hard for him through this session, very, very hard in May, and probably even more than he's used to in June and July, because we need to get his strength and stamina where he's very durable. So he's healthy, but because he's had limitations in lifting, we got to be very diligent in our April, May, June, and July plan to get him physically ready to have a great year.
Are you kind of encouraged though? This is 5 months since the injury, and really like almost 5 more months before he has to play a game.
Yeah, he's from the initial, of course, because it's non-throwing, that helps him because he really plays a position where there's not a lot of banging contact on it right now. That helps. So I don't know what their initial time was. I think on paper he appears to be maybe ahead of their timeline, but he came back in January throwing, and he's had no setbacks. So I'm not surprised, and I'm pleased for sure he's able to. He had 50%. He did every rep with the once a day, and Diamont got most of the twos, and Danny Cameron some of the third.
Coach, you tweeted out some numbers about West Martin. I saw. I think about DeAndre Heron dropped a lot of weight. You guys lost 4 offensive linemen, but you had 4 kids redshirting.
The line will be a strength.
I was going to ask you about some of the guys that we haven't seen who redshirted. What do you think?
Well, what we wanted to do, and you talk about some guy like, for example, Latham came back after break, weighed 299. That's pretty good. He's pretty active out there. Now, again, we're not pad, but pretty. Rayner was 295. Nate Hoff was 295. DeAndre Aaron came in at 3over. I think Big Ralph was down to 312. I mean, all our heavy guys were under, and where we wanted them coming off a break, they were there. We got them there through winter, coming on spring break, because we talk about not regressing. You know, you gain 10 pounds in the bench press, and you lose 10 pounds. You're the same as you go through. Gaining weight, losing weight, gaining strength, losing strength. You don't want to lose from your gains. Especially, you might have slight losses, but not excessive, because if that's the case, you're gaining, losing, you're staying the same. So we've made some gains. Now we're talking about how to maintain those gains, build it through spring, build it through summer to come back even more advanced. Now you're going into the 5th cycle of lifting with these guys. And so you got guys, for example, Wes Martin, he did 225